for having me. My name is John with Step Up Family Services. I'm the VP of ABA Services with Step Up, so more or less oversee all of the ABA services that we provide over at Step Up. So that includes in-home. We're working on a clinic up north, and of course our group services and community-based ABA services that we have in Ocean County, specifically in Toms River. So again, thank you for having me, and let's talk a little bit more about what we more or less what we've got going on. So we are excited to announce that we are launching our community-based ABA at Toms River. We utilize the space, the Youth Community Center, right there on Sunset Avenue Drive, I believe. So we're very excited to be able to partner and have that relationship with the Youth Community Center. They've been more than welcoming. With the population that we all serve. So we're very excited to more or less morph what we were providing, because initially we were providing simply group-based services targeting social skills, parent support groups, sibling support groups, things like that. And we've morphed that to really just concentrate on the ABA itself, because that's what we're finding is more or less the demand. I think for some families, they social skills become more or less secondary for them. And I don't know if that's more of a misconception. And speaking with some families, they kind of they don't prioritize social skills because if they feel like they're having all these issues at home, they're experiencing all these challenging behaviors. The farthest thing that they couldn't care less about is social skills. But we understand the importance of really developing these skills. But for some folks too, it is, there are a prerequisite, right? Prerequisite skills that we may have to develop in order to really start targeting those otherwise what we kind of just generally call social skills. So we're providing these community-based ABA Mondays and Thursdays from 5 to 6 p.m. again at the Youth Community Center. We'll be working on play skills, social skills. We are still working on parent. We call it parent empowerment groups. We're targeting the way we're more or less developing our parent empowerment groups. It's not probably that typical support group, in the sense that what we're trying to do is present on specific topics. So for example, we want to provide families an opportunity to really understand and get some information on the introduction to ABA. What exactly is ABA, and kind of give the fundamentals on that. And also acceptance and commitment therapy. Because that's, it's one of those things where it's actually rooted in behavior analysis. And so we want to provide some information on what exactly ACT, or again, acceptance commitment therapy, is, and be able to present that to families and siblings as well. Because the thing is too is that this service that we're providing, it doesn't have to be a drop off and go. Although we understand some families kind of want to just utilize some of this time as kind of like their own respite and kind of take that hour to themselves. But we're welcoming the families, the parents, the siblings to kind of just hang out. The youth centers has specific rooms where we're going to do our therapies and ABA, and where the parents and the siblings can hang out. They'll be treated to dinner, so food and drinks are also going to be served. We can also work on providing transportation, whether it's through providing them Uber credits or Lyft credits, so that they can get to the youth center and back home. So we're more than happy to be able to arrange things like that. We also do provide. We also do accept insurances as well. We do focus on Medicaid families. That is our specialty, and that's the population that's near and dear to Dave and my our hearts. But with that said, again, we do accept other insurance companies, other insurances as well. So really excited to get this going. We're looking to start this. We're going to actually have an open house on next Monday, the 11th, from 5 to 6 p.m. So we're welcoming families. Yourselves can come, by and check it out to see this is what we're going to be doing. So you can kind of check out the space, kind of check out the lounge where the parents and the siblings can hang out, and also again the space where we're going to be providing the ABA services. So why we've kind of morphed it from a social skills group, or at least calling it a social skills group, to community-based ABA, is because again, some families we felt were misunderstanding that if it's social skills, they're going to miss out on ABA. That is, or it may not even be applied behavior analysis. So we just wanted to make sure that the families knew that the services that they're getting, it is ABA. So with that, again, we're welcoming these families to come check us out. Our open house on this coming Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. Again, just to come by, check out the space, meet some of the folks that'll be working out of there, some of the behavior technicians and BCBAs, again, that'll be there. So for information wise, you can always email us at contactaba@stepofamilyservices.com. You can give us a call at our extension there, 973 298-0763, extension 3. Or you could also just check out our website, stepofamilyservices.com. So hope to serve a lot of families, and really excited to see where potentially our community-based ABA may eventually grow up into. So with that, I'd open it up to any questions you may have. Hopefully I have answers.
I was just curious, what does the referral process look like?
Sure. So
Can the care managers refer, or?
absolutely. So yeah, so the care managers can refer. So you can reach out to ourselves. We will then at that point go through like an initial intake assessment, more or less just to determine skill level. Because at this point we are taking kids anywhere from as young as 4 up to 20. And because they're all individualized. So it's again, it's not going to be cohorted or grouped into certain age groups, because the services will be again individualized and personalized to that specific learner. So yeah, just contact us. We'll initiate the intake, and then from there, yeah, we welcome CMO families. Um, you know, we are in terms of the services here, going to be capping this for now, at least at a time, from 6 to 8 kids. So hopefully the majority of those kids though are from CMO.
Definitely. I was gonna also ask, because I know some parents are definitely inquire about this. What does the ratio look like in the groups?
Sure. So it's going to be, we're going to provide um, at maximum a 2 to 1. But again, the goal is for each kid, it's each kiddo that's going to be provided these services is going to be on a 1-to-1 ratio with a technician.
Right.
Yeah, so that's where we don't want the ABA to get lost, because we felt like that may have been what was happening with the social skills groups, is that they felt like, again, just some feedback from some families, they felt like their child is going to be just one out of the 8, and then one technician kind of overseeing 8 kiddos, and it potentially being like some sort of like chaotic scene, but we want to assure them that what we're definitely are concentrated on the ABA, to make sure that those kiddos do get the ABA, and the best way to really do that and deliver that is that 1-to-1 services.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it could definitely, if some families are receiving, let's say, ABA in home, it is more or less like an extension of what those services that they might already be receiving be. At this point, too, with a lot of the community-based services, we get to work on a lot of generalization and maintenance of skills. So now we're able to apply whatever skills they may have learned in the school or in their homes, and applying that to different people, and obviously a different environment.
And as we all know, obviously there is such a shortage of providers right now. Being able to locate in-home ABA is tough. So this, if a youth is on a wait list or you're still struggling trying to find them a provider, this could be just such a great supplement for like currently while they're on a wait list somewhere else, just to, start to work those skills.
Absolutely, absolutely. Took the words right out of my mouth. It really is. Where they can get 1 to 2 hours of ABA a week, at least in the interim, until they're able to secure that provider that will give them whatever was may have been prescribed by their pediatrician.
Anybody else have any other questions for John in regards to Step Up?
I do. I know you said you guys will work with kiddos as young as 4. I have a 3-year-old who is nonverbal. He receiving ABA services. Would he is that a youth that you would accept as well, or?
Absolutely, yeah. So through our intake and assessment process, um, I mean, I can't foresee a reason where we would not be able to service a kiddo, especially when we're using a one-to-one model. So like any fears of, whatever the child's known triggers might be, a lot of that can be curbed with that more of that one-to-one model. So it is gonna, uh, we're kind of using components of like how a clinic would operate as well. Where in a clinic they more or less would get like a one-to-one type of servicing. So I imagine that this kiddo, did they receive like early intervention services? Are they now just in that transition point where they're going from EI to some other form of therapy?
Well, he receives he's currently receiving services. He receives
Okay,
services outpatient and in school as well.
got it.
So
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Glad to help.
I just sent all the information to one of my family, but I need to know, you have a Spanish speaking workers?
That's a great question. So in Ocean County we have one. So it's yeah, it's I guess we'll determine whether the BCBA I can tell you is not, because I will be one of the BCBAs. Unfortunately, my Spanish is not up to par. So, but we do use translation services. We do have behavior techs and other BCBAs that are on staff and have made themselves available for on call as well to help with if we ever get into a need where we need translation services right away.
Before we try with another company from ABA services, but it's not working because mom is only Spanish speaking and the youth is bilingual, but yes.
Yeah, no, we have on our staff, so we do have about 20 BCBAs, 4 of which are Spanish speaking BCBAs. Unfortunately, in terms of like logistically, sometimes we don't have an I should say uh, a BCBA that speaks Spanish that lives in Ocean County. Um, but we try to work with the families where if the BCBA can work remotely, and there's issues with that as well, that I can touch on. Um, that if we want at least either the BCBA or the behavior tech for a Spanish speaking family to be Spanish speaking. So we don't in those rare circumstances where we will talk with the care managers, we'll talk, with the families if they're comfortable having all English providers. I will still have kind of some, apprehension in doing that. But our goal is to have at least either the behavior tech or the BCBA would be a Spanish speaking for Spanish speaking families.
Thank you.
Anything else? Any other questions? All righty. Well, you could always follow up with the contact here, and then I will send out a mass email to our care managers with the recording, along with the flyers. John, if you wouldn't mind sending those over to me,
Absolutely.
and with all of the contact information for everybody to follow up.
Sounds good. We'll do.
All
Thanks for
right.
having me again. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much, everyone. Have a great day.
thank you.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.